Yeah, you read that title correctly. I'm going to be rebuilding the Golden State Warriors today, and our first move is going to be to trade Steph Curry. So hear me out. I've done so many rebuilds in the past with the Warriors that I tried to get Steph one last ring. And honestly, evaluating this Warriors team right now, they're pretty average this season. It's a loaded Western Conference, and they would have to trade 3 to 4 rotational guys to probably upgrade this roster to go from Wiggins, Looney, Buddy Hield, just to get Jimmy Butler. I don't really think that makes them that much better. And Steph is getting older. I think this would be an interesting idea to try to get him one last ring of his career, but by sending him to a team where he can win it, because I don't think it's in Golden State. And I thought about trading him to the Lakers, but in my save, LeBron is retiring at the end of the year, so I don't think that would make sense. And I want to get at least 3 first-round picks for Steph Curry. I thought about trading him to Denver in a Jamal Murray swap. That could be interesting. Steph and Jokic, that'd be dope. But the team I'm trading him to is in the Eastern Conference, and it's going to be the Orlando Magic. We're going to be trading Steph Curry to pair up with Jalen Suggs in that backcourt, Paolo Banchero, and Franz Wagner. We're going to be getting KCP in this deal to make the money work. I don't love the contract. I'm getting Cole Anthony. I'm getting Wendell Carter Jr., who does have a new extension kicking in, and he's having a down year in Orlando for sure, so I don't even know if that's a good contract, but I'd rather have Wendell Carter Jr. than Jonathan Isaac. I'm getting their first round pick this year, a swap with Phoenix and Orlando next year. Hopefully that's good, and I'm getting Orlando's first round pick in 2028. They are getting a 36-year-old Steph Curry, who's probably having the worst year of his Warriors career since maybe that 2013 season. So it's been a minute. He's getting older. He's 36 years old, and I don't think this Warriors team is coming out of the West. The NBA season is in full swing. The NFL playoffs are here. If you're an NHL fan or college sports fan, those are around as well. And SeatGeek is the best way to get your tickets if you're attending one of these sport games. And I want to tell you guys about my special hookup from SeatGeek, and that is everyone that uses my code SROS10, SROS10, gets 10% off any tickets on SeatGeek. Either you're creating your account for the first time or you already have an account. And it could be not just the sports, it could be to a concert, festival, anything, you name it, it's on SeatGeek. And my favorite part about SeatGeek is they rate these seats on a scale of 1 to 10. So look for the green dots when you're on SeatGeek, because green dots means good, red dots means bad, and you can tell if you're getting a good deal. I'm looking at attending an upcoming Knicks game here at Madison Square Garden, and I'm going to be buying my tickets here on SeatGeek. And you can see here, when you use my code SROS10, you're just getting money off your order. It's a no-brainer. Link to that is going to be in the description, or just take out your phone, open up the SeatGeek app, use that code SROS10, SROS10 to your account. What are you waiting for? This is only for a limited time only, and thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. So this is just a fun idea. They're not trading Steph Curry. He's the greatest player in their franchise history, but for today's video, we're going to be doing that. We are going to force that trade through because they won't do that. I don't know. 2K doesn't want to give up more than a couple firsts. So yeah, we're going to actually be like entering into a rebuild. So I may move Dennis Schroeder. I may move Andrew Wiggins. I may move Draymond Green now because we own all our first round picks going forward. And I think if the Warriors decided to move all their first for like Lowry Markkanen in the offseason or trade a couple for somebody like Brandon Ingram, I still don't think they're better than OKC, Dallas, or maybe even Denver in the Western Conference. And then you add in Houston and Memphis, and then you got to go up against either Cleveland, Orlando, or Boston in the NBA Finals. I don't think they're getting it done. All right, we're going to offer this trade with the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to trade Draymond Green in the division to pair up him with his best friend, not LeBron James. It's going to be Domantas Sabonis. They have a lot of good history together, right? So we're going to be getting Kevin Huerter, and we're going to hopefully get a first round pick in the future in this deal. We have to add an exception, and they're going to agree to that. And one other trade we are going to make, Andrew Wiggins, whose contract was probably untradeable in the offseason. Nobody really wanted it, has definitely gained some of that value back this year. I'm going to send him and Dennis Schroeder over to Detroit. We're going to have to take on Tobias Harris's contract this year and next year, but I'm getting Jalen Duren, who's having a down year. We're trying to buy low on him, and they get Andrew Wiggins, who could definitely help this team now and in the future. So they are going to agree to that. And now we actually have like an exciting building block in Jalen Duren. I have a ton of centers right now. I think just because he has shown some floor spacing ability in the past, I'm going to make Wendell Carter Jr. a power forward. And oh my God, is this team disgusting. Yeah, I'm just gutting this team. We're trying to rebuild here in the Western Conference. We got Duren under a team contract next year. We have a ton of centers on the team. I mean, in a couple of weeks, I could look to make another trade if I can get something for Kyle Anderson. If I can get something for Buddy Hield, I think that's somebody I could definitely look to move as well. But we're going to look to build around Jonathan Kuminga. Hopefully we can recoup some of Brandon Podziemski's value in the offseason. I like Moses Moody as well. Yeah, like looking at this starting five, we may not win a game for a little bit. And for some reason, we're 27-23. We somehow beat, like this team is stacked. Like you put Steph with Franz, Paolo, and Suggs. That was pretty sick. We beat him by 1 point. I don't know how we're doing this right now. Shout out to Jonathan Kuminga. I mean, shout out to Jalen Duren. But like we've had a lot of close victories. Cole Anthony dropped 25. And we beat the Lakers by 1. We beat the Suns by 20. We beat Draymond. So we beat Draymond and we beat Steph after trading them. And I'm going to try to capitalize off a desperate Phoenix Suns team. And could I trade them Buddy Hield and Kevon Mooney for Yusuf Nurkic, who's not very good, and I'm going to get a first round pick out of it? They're going to agree to that. Let's go. Yeah, so we just got Yusuf Nurkic on this team as well. Good thing I traded away Draymond. So I think for the rest of the year, I want to see what the young guys can do. Let's go 34 minutes to Kuminga, 34 minutes to Jalen Duren. I want Moses Moody starting as well. We really have like Kyle Anderson, Tobias Harris coming off the bench. I mean, that's not like terrible as bench options. I definitely want like TJD getting a ton of minutes. Well, he's going to get 18 because we are playing Jalen Duren a ton. I do want Brandon Podziemski starting, so that means we are going to bench KCP. I'm going to give him about 31 minutes a night. So yeah, guys like Gary Payton, Wendy Waters, Kevin Huerter, Yusuf Nurkic, I don't think are going to crack the rotation. I may honestly just go like 10 minutes a night to some of these veterans just because I want to see what the young guys can do. And I kind of want to miss out on the playing tournament. Like I want to see us get like a top pick in the draft. So let's go 34 minutes to Pods and Moody, and we can go one more to Cole Anthony, and we're going to see like what this four can do and TJD off the bench, because that's our young core going forward. We're entering into this rebuild. It's a different era of Golden State Warriors basketball. Clay's in Dallas, Steph's in Orlando, and Draymond is in Sacramento. And let's ink Jonathan Kuminga up on an extension. It's going to be $23 million a year for the next 4 years, so that'll be like $26-27 million a year at the end of it, so we don't have to worry about that in the offseason. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets his first MVP award of his career. Yves Missi is your Rookie of the Year. Naz Reid, sixth man. Deep Boy goes to Wemby, and Most Improved Wemby gets that award. It's lost all its meaning. LeBron gets Clutch Player of the Year. Jason Kidd is your Coach of the Year. We'll take a look and see if we ended up I don't know if that was us that got Executive of the Year. I saw that really quickly. That would be really weird. Shout out to the Kings, Fox, and Sabonis on second team. We'll see if Draymond can get a ring with that squad. No Steph here, like on the Orlando Magic. We'll see how far they go in the playoffs as well. So we actually made the play-in tournament, which I'm not thrilled about. I would like to end up in the lottery. This team won 46 games without Wiggins, without Schroeder, Steph, Draymond. Okay. That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The Sacramento Kings with Draymond are a play-in tournament team. We'll see how far they go. Oh my God, the Magic went 38-44. 2K doesn't make any sense. I mean, why are they starting Jordan Clarkson over Jalen Suggs? I don't know. We're taking on the Clippers in the first leg of the play-in. I'm not going to actively root to tank, but I wouldn't mind losing. But apparently, this team is turning into the 2016 Warriors by trading away the 2016 Warriors still left on the team as we get it done. We beat Kawhi. We beat Harden. Kawhi goes 3 of 13 against us. All right, so we're in the playoffs, I guess. Orlando did make the playoffs as a 7th seed. We'll see if they're able to beat New York, as Sacramento ended up losing to Houston. In that game, Draymond Green put up 8, 4, and 7, 2, and 2. Not a bad game. Maybe just 2K doesn't like them that much. So we're probably just going to get swept by the... Oh my God, we won game 1. What is going on? Pods with 29. Okay. Game number 2. Let's see what happens here. Let's see. And it's going to be a win for OKC. Excuse me? That may be the most points I've seen somebody score in quite some time. Shai put up 65 against us. Also, shout out to Cole Anthony becoming basically Steph Curry on this team. Game 3 goes to us. Moses Moody drops 27. Oh my God, he's averaging 19 in the playoffs. Pods has been good for us too. With Steph Curry holding Pods back, we do lose game 4. I mean, this is giving me like confidence that we can make a run next year when you give me an offseason of flexibility. Shai's got a 65-point game performance and a 53 in this playoffs. Oh my God, Cole Anthony, I thought was just like a bridge guy, but he's probably going to be my starting point guard next year. We do end up losing in 6, but hey, that was a competitive 6-game loss. I will take that. All right, and Kuminga put up 20 points in the playoffs. His overall should go up too with progression, and I'm going to move him to the small forward spot next year. I think Moody's probably going to slide in as the 6th man. Pods and Cole Anthony might be the starting backcourt, and then we got Jalen Duren, the 2K Shaq, at the center spot as the Magic got swept. How'd you guys get swept? With Steph, Suggs, Paolo, and Franz. Franz ended up playing not very good in round number 1. Paolo, oh my God, was terrible. Steph, oh my God, did we fleece them? And Suggs was pretty good. At least like Steph's under contract and he's not going to retire. I didn't want to send him to the Lakers because LeBron retires. Why trade for Steph? Knicks and Mavericks in the finals. Mavericks win in 6. Luka's your finals MVP. So LeBron does retire, and that's exactly why I didn't want to send Steph to the Lakers, even though that could make sense with him. Because I could have gone like Vanderbilt, Vincent, Finney Smith, and like Hashimura and like their first. But you know, I actually think the Orlando trade was pretty fair. It's just they didn't do well in the playoffs whatsoever. So I do not own our lottery pick. Now, I guess if the Magic didn't make the playoffs, we would have gotten their lottery pick, which would have been nice. We are going to end up in this draft with 15 via Orlando, and then our pick is there at 20. So I was hoping we were going to drop out of the lottery or drop out of the playoffs completely, because 20th honestly isn't great for a draft. That I'm like, all right, maybe we end up with like the 10th worst record and we can get lucky and get Cooper Flag. That's not happening. So if we're taking a look at the mock drafts at 15, they like Kasperi Shakushonis. I mean, if he's there, I will target him. DJ Wagner from Arkansas. I don't really know if I'm going to look at him. So let's see if there's any veterans that we want to move on draft night. All right, I'm basically going to offer San Antonio. Has Kyle Anderson played for the Spurs early in his career? Yeah, he did. So Kyle Anderson and pick 20 to go up to 17. I get off of the Anderson contract, which is fine. He's a good role player for sure. 31 years old, good veteran there. I believe Chris Paul ended up, no, he didn't retire, but they just get another veteran there. We're going from 20 to 17, and I'm giving them Kyle Anderson. This is just like a funny trio of Nurkic, Case, or I guess, honestly, foursome of Tobias Harris, KCP, Nurkic, and Herter. Just all these like 1-year deals, basically. KCP's got 2 years of just like bad veteran money at this point. I mean, I guess Herter's, he's not a veteran at 26, but he's not a youngin' anymore. So Cooper Flag ends up going number 1 overall to the Pelicans. They had another number 1 overall pick out of Duke in the past. Didn't really work out. Come on, going 2 to replace Jalen Duren. I mean, that does make sense. He goes over Ace Bailey. Dylan Harper went 2 to the Wizards. Ace Bailey goes 4 to the there to the Raptors. Are we going to see the Hornets trade for Alperen Sengun? It always happens. All right, this pick is for DeAndre Hunter and Okongwu. I love that for Charlotte. They need players like that on their team. And the Hawks take Trey Johnson. There goes Jeremiah Fears. Okay, he goes high to the Blazers, but not that high. Yegor Demon goes number, 7 to the Jazz. Boogie Flan goes. Asa Newell. VJ Edgecombe slides, and he goes there to OKC. So the Rockets are making a move. And it's going to be for Okongwu. Okongwu just was on Charlotte like that. I mean, they had Mark Williams, so they didn't really need him. And they moved Miles Bridges. They did get DeAndre Hunter, so they take Will Riley. Is Kasparis really going to fall to me? There goes McNeely, and there goes Noah Essengay. So we could take Kasparis Shakushonis. We could take Nolan Traore. Honestly, maybe we take a chance on him, because we're going to have Cole Anthony as the point guard next year. And I've gotten Nakachonis a little bit recently. I don't hate that idea, because, you know what? I think he's somebody that could benefit not being a top 10 pick anymore. He has the intangibles, and I think the skill set to be, he's got good size already. We know that. He's a good playmaker. He's got great court vision for his age, where he's playing in above, talented level over there in France. A little bit more talented than some collegiate teams for sure. And it's tougher competition for him. Yeah, he's got to work on his shot selection. His shot died as a whole, finishing at the rim. But I think there's something there, and we're going to draft him here at number 15. The Nets take Kasparis. I like that fit a little bit more for him. And I love this pick for us here, Con Knipple. I love what he could do as a, honestly, ball handler and as a creator overall, rather than just being a spot-up shooter. So we're going to snag him. There goes Alex Caravan. Do I want to get a third first-round pick? I don't really know. Hornets are making some moves on draft night. All right, so I'm going to call up the Pacers here, who have a Timberwolves first-round pick in 2028 now. I'm going to see if I can get 23 in that first-rounder for Wendell Carter Jr. They're going to actually say no to that. They counter with, all right, second-round swap. So we're going to do that. We're going to have one more first-round pick here, and I think that opens up more minutes for some guys. I'm okay not being great next year. I'm going to take Michael Ruzic, who's definitely fallen off some draft boards in real life. He was a projected top 20 pick, in the way too early mocks, and he's not been showing too much over there in Spain, but he does have room to grow, room to ball handle, and he's a good shooter at 6'10". That's a project for us. So I was okay going with a little bit more projects, and I think Khan is a little bit more of an NBA ready talent than Traore or Ruzic, but these guys are going to have room to develop on this team. We're going to pick up the team option on Jalen Duren and Brandon Pojemski. I'd like to bring back Pat Spencer, who had a good game the other night. He's got a really cool story with the whole lacrosse background, and obviously the brother of Cam Spencer. I'm going to bring back Lindy Waters on a 1-year deal as well, and I don't think I'm really going to do anything else in free agency, because we have a ton of guys that are going to want minutes next year, that need minutes. And we do have a $16 million trade exception across 2 guys there in Kyle Anderson and Draymond Green. So I'm going to hope to get Pat Spencer back. I don't know if I bird rights on him. I do not, but hopefully we get him back, and then we're good for the offseason. All right, so we did get Pat Spencer back on the QO. Jonathan Kuminga is going to be our highest overall, tied with Jalen Duren going to next year. Big year for Duren, too, as he's a free agent at the end of the year. Pods, TJD, and then we got Moody, Harris, Nurkic. I don't think I'm going to play some of these veterans. I'd rather see some of the young guys here. We're rebuilding. All right, so yeah, we have a couple guys that could be free agents next year. I'm not going to give Pods that extension yet. TJD, I think I'm going to hold. Actually, that's not bad for a backup center. So honestly, let's give him that type of deal. I'll even add a third year with the team option on it. So he's going to be here, at least in the backup 5 role for a little bit. Duran, we can't extend, I guess, because we traded for him. Yeah, like Nurkic, like these guys are going to be gone after this year. All right, so this is what the 9-man, I think actually 10-man rotation is going to look like. Cole Anthony, Pods, Kuminga, Trace Jackson Davis, and Jalen Duran. Yeah, we're going to go with the 2 big man lineup there in the front court, and then we're going to play these guys a decent amount. Moody is the 6th man, Traore, Knipple, Michael Ruzic, and Pat Spencer all getting minutes. I'm not playing any minutes to these veterans. They better be respectful in the locker room, and they better be good veterans for this young core because we're rebuilding. We don't need them anymore. Nobody wants to trade for them. And the young core just blew out the Denver Nuggets by 26 points on opening night. That is very encouraging. So Pods has asked for a little bit more money now, but we're 25-25 here at the deadline. See, I don't need to play those veterans. We're currently the 9th seed in the Western Conference. Shout out to the Kings with Draymond. 4 games under 500. He's coming off the bench. It's just interesting. 2K doesn't really show the real value he has as Orlando. Okay. Did they trade? All right. They traded Jalen Suggs for Jaden Ivey. Who does that help? I don't know, honestly. So, yeah, they have Vucevic at the 5. You guys are not optimizing the current. Like, if you gave me that trade, I could have won a title already, for sure. They're just messing that up completely. Jonathan Kuminga is our leading scorer. He's shooting the ball better from the field from last year, but the 3-point shot is down. He's playing more of the small forward role than the power forward role. Jalen Duran is putting up some good numbers, 14.5, 11.5, 1.3 blocks. He's probably going to want a max contract. Moses Moody, you stud. You absolute stud. Pods has been better this year, but that 3-point shot has not been what it was in his rookie season. But he's a good playmaker. Cole Anthony has been fine as my starting point guard. He's a free agent at the end of the year. I'm content with TJD and what he's doing, and I love his contract right now. 5 years, $27 million. You don't really see that anymore. Nolan Traore showing the passing ability, going through these growing pains. Hopefully, Cole Anthony is a bridge like point guard enough for us where we're going to be fine. Knipple is shooting 39% from 3 in his rookie season. Michael Ruzic going through the growing pains. And shout out Pat Spencer, shooting 40% from 3. So I'm not going to make any moves at the deadline. I'm not going to trade anybody. I don't think I'm going to look to extend Pods or anybody right now. We can work on that in the offseason. Actually, Cole Anthony is a team option. So we got Luka Doncic winning MVP this year. Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year in New Orleans. I wonder if, I mean, I think I got to see if they extended Brandon Ingram. Because, like, Zion, could he be available? I don't know how Zion and Kuminga would really work out. Shout out to Josh Giddey, 6th man of the year. Good numbers behind LaMelo Ball in Charlotte. They made a lot of moves in the offseason. Okay. All right, 2K. I think this is the first time I've seen Wemby average 30 points per game. And he's winning DPOY. He's getting basically 5 stocks a night, averaging 30 points and shooting 36% from 3. What the? Oh, my God. How is that not MVP? Shout out to Scoot Henderson being good because I'm getting further and further away believing that we are going to get those numbers in real life. So, do we get anybody on an All-NBA team? I doubt it. We do not, which is fine. Ton of Eastern Conference players and point guards on All-NBA third team. Nobody on All-Defensive first team. Wow. Shout out to Goga Badatse, Mark Williams, Charles Bassey on All-Defensive second team. Those are names you probably didn't expect. We get nobody on All-Rookie first team, but we go 3 for 3 on All-Rookie second team, which is fine. And we ended up as the 10th seed. A year we have our first round pick. I also believe, okay, of course the Suns are good because we get that swap between the Suns and the Magic, and it's never good. But they get all defensive caliber center Charles Bassey and Ben Simmons, and they're just fine. Okay, they go 47-35. Orlando, though, we get there first, basically. How did they not make the playoffs with Steph Curry? I mean, that's not my fault, or that's not my problem anymore. But damn, I really set you guys up. Like Steph, Suggs, Franz, you still kept Badatse and Wagner, and then you also have Paolo Banchero. How'd you not get it done? As this year, did we finish the year above 500? We did not. We ended up going 40-42, negative 1.6 point differential. So I'm not expecting to beat Memphis here in the first leg of the play-in. We have to win 2 play-in tournament games. We got up kind of hot out of the gate. High scoring game so far for sure, as we both scored 60 plus in the first half. They pull away in that third quarter, and they're going to be sending us home. Fine by me. That means we are going to get a lottery pick. That means we're getting 2 lottery picks because Orlando is going to be there as well. Kuminga put up 25. Duran put up 24. Knipple at 7 free throws in this game as Desmond Bane went off, Gigi went off, Ja, and Scottie Pippen Jr. Okay, our defense sucked in that game. And then Luka drops 42, 10, and 11 in the conference finals, and Brunson goes off as well. So it's a rematch of last year, and it's the same result. Dallas ends up winning at 5. Luka drops 41, 10, and 10. You can't make this up, man. He's actually a cheat code. There goes Draymond Green. He retires on the Kings. There goes Klay Thompson. He retires on the Mavericks. I assume we are going to retire both their numbers. Wow, Will Hardy called it quits already. Let's see. And we do. And then whenever Steph retires, We're going to retire his number. So here we are at the draft lottery. We are going to get that pick at 13. And then we should get the swap best, I believe, between the Suns and the Magic, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, did the Magic end up making the playoffs out of the play-in tournament? I'd have to double check that. Or it's going to be there at pick 6. I don't know. This is kind of confusing right now. As we end up, okay, yeah, getting the 7th overall pick. They didn't make the playoffs. That's huge. I think Memphis had like a swap with them. Maybe a swap worse. So there's a bunch of swaps going around. The NBA gets very confusing with draft picks because it happens all the time. Shout out to the Spurs getting 1 and 2. So they can add Debanza and Cameron Boozer. Okay, so we have 13 and we have 7. We don't have 3 first-round picks. Correct. That is correct. So we could look to draft 2 more rookies to this team, but we got to see, like, are we going to lose anybody in the offseason? We could lose Jalen Duren. We could lose Brandon Podziemski. We're going to have a ton of veterans off this team, but I don't know if I'm going to have room to play 2 more rookies if I still want to play Ruzic, Khan, and Nolan Traore a decent amount. All right, so let's start this draft and let's just see what ends up happening as, okay, the Spurs are going to be so good and we're in the Western Conference. See, this is like why I wanted to do this scenario of the Golden State Warriors, because like the Spurs, like Wemby's here basically. The Thunder are so good. The Rockets are getting better. The Grizzlies are getting better. You got Luka, you got Jokic in this conference as well. The Warriors, they're not competing. They're not. And it sucks because I think their ownership more so the general manager is going to get so much pressure to try to compete and get Steph another ring. And they're going to make a short-sighted move. They're going to trade for like Ingram or Jimmy or Markkanen. And I don't really think it makes them that much better. As there we go, we finally get the Rockets trading away Şengün. It always happens during the draft, and it's actually a pretty good one for them. But yeah, and I just think they're going to make a move. I don't want them to mortgage the future to not win a ring with Steph now. They got it in 22. I just think you got to be grateful for that and don't get greedy. And don't, like, you got to prepare for life after Steph, because I don't think you're winning with life with Steph right now. So we're on the clock here. Some good talent available on the board. Koa Pete is here. Some good guards, some good wings. We could hit the trade block. Like, we could do something like the Spurs did with Rob Dillingham. They traded away that pick for a couple first down the line. All right, so I'm going to do a trade here with the Pelicans. I'm going to give them pick 7. I'm getting, I think, a good swap best in 27 if next year the Bucks aren't great or somehow the Pelicans aren't good, but they have a loaded team right now. I would be intrigued on trying to get Herb Jones as well, but I was going to be fine with Kyle Filipowski. I mean, we could try to expand this deal where I get Filipowski and Herb Jones. They are going to counter. They want Kuminga, who I don't want to move right now. All right, so I think we're going to do 7 and a second for Filipowski and that future first. Now, of course, they don't want to do it. They want to swap picks there, which, honestly, I'm fine with doing. We could do that. So, yeah, we just traded them. They take Malik Thomas, shooting guard out of UConn. That's a pretty good pick. So I think I'm going to go with 1 rookie in this draft, and that is going to be 6'8" shooting guard Kareem Lopez out of Mexico. All right, so let's sign him, who I would like for him to be in the rotation. I'm going to pick up the team option on Cole Anthony because I think he could start for us once again. We give another year of Nolan Traore to develop off the bench. Pods. Oh, yeah. He wasn't a free agent. I guess neither was TJD. It's only Jalen Duren from the 22 class. Duh. So let's offer these guys the qualifying offers. I don't want to overpay for Jalen Duren. I don't right now. We did free up a ton of money. So, like, I could sign Luka Doncic basically, but I'm not going to. We are going to renounce the rights on everybody but Jalen Duren and Pat Spencer. So Jalen Duren is restricted. I'm fine waiting like this out. I'm not giving him $40 million now. We're just not going to be able to compete giving him that much money. But what I like about Jalen Duren, he's 22. He's still got room to grow, and he could still be a very good offensive center, even though he can't shoot the ball or really score outside the paint, but sets good screens. I think 2K likes his defense a little bit more than like I would in real life. Honestly, I'm going to try to sign him to a little bit more of like a baseball contract. I don't really want to commit long-term money to him, but I'll give him an opt-out. So it's basically 1 year, he gets $28 million. If he doesn't think he plays up to the caliber, he can get another $28 million. And hey, you just made $56 million. But if he thinks he can make more in the open market, he can opt out next year and would no longer be restricted. So I think that gives us a little bit more flexibility. If like we're a big free agency destination, we're still one of the more valuable teams in the NBA, like market cap wise, valuation wise, we could sign free agents. There's a good history here in Golden State. Everybody's up. Love seeing that. Green across the board, besides KCP. Like, we're going to have his $21 million off the books next year. I know Pods is going to want a new contract, but I think we have, like, Moses Moody under contract for below market value. I think we got Jonathan Kuminga in at a good price. We'll hold off on Pods for now, but I think we got TJD at a good price. We're going to have Cole Anthony's. Like, we're going to have basically 34 million off the books between Cole and KCP. and that could be even more with Jalen Duren being a free agent. All right, so I'm not going to give Ruzic and Lopez a ton of minutes, but at least they're going to get some experience this year. We're going to go Moody, TJD, Traore, and Conkinipple all getting minutes off the bench. We're going to start Kyle Filipowski. He shot 41% from 3 last year. Hopefully him and Duren can complement each other well in the front court. I hate the defense, I know. And then we're going to have Cole Anthony play less minutes because I want Traore playing more. We're going to have Pods at the 2, and we're going to have Kuminga playing a ton at the 3. This is going to be 3.5-star perimeter centric. We start off the season against the Phoenix Suns on the road. As we ended up beating the Suns by a lot to start off the year, KD is retiring at the end of the season. We'll see if we can work our way or play our way into a playoff spot this year, as we just lost by 1, damn, to the Rockets. And we are here at the deadline, a couple games better than where we were last year. Last year we were 25-25. This year we are 29-21, which puts us as the 6th seed in the Western Conference. We have a 6.4 point differential, and I'm excited about this team. I think next year I'm going to get really excited because we're going to have cap flexibility in the offseason. We got some draft capital. We actually have a young core here in Golden State. That's another thing. Like, they could trade Kuminga, Pods, Moody. These are the young core guys. Like, they don't have, like, they whipped on the Wiseman pick. I mean, some of them have not lived up to the potential, but they don't have anybody else, and you may trade them, and they're going to look like the Bucks young core, the Suns young core, if they do so. Kuminga's three-point shot hasn't been perfect this year, but he has been a good overall scorer. Pods has been efficient. He's obviously going for that new contract. We'll see. Like, it's going to be a big question if Duren opts in or opts out. Moses Moody's having another productive scoring season off the bench. I think Cole Anthony's been fine as that bridge point guard for us because Nolan Traore is looking better and better. I think in the second half, we're going to start him. TJD has been good in his role, and honestly, not a bad playmaker either. Filipowski's shooting has been okay compared to what it was last year. Him and Khan, 2 former Duke Blue Devils. There's Kareem Lopez, very small sample size, but insanely efficient, has a 66% true shooting percentage. And there's Michael Ruzic, who has been better this year. So yeah, I think I'm going to bench Cole Anthony for Nolan Traore. I think he's going to get like 17 minutes a night, and then that's going to set up me to give Nolan, I think like 26 is fine, and then I can give 3 more minutes just to like Michael Ruzic to see what he can do. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We could work out an extension for Pods. Yeah, I could have got him at 19 mil. It's gone up to 22 mil. I think we're going to let him at free agency, but he's restricted, so I'm not worried in the slightest. All right, Luka Doncic wins MVP this year. AJ Debance, Rookie of the Year. Josh Giddey, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby takes home Depoy. Most improved is Jaeger Demon, balling out there in Utah. That BYU-Utah connection. And then, yeah, some Mavericks awards here, and Ant wins Clutch Player of the Year. We'll see if, wow, Chet and Shea on second team. We don't get any Warriors. Jaeger Demon is on second team as well. Yep, no Warriors, which is fine. There's Dylan Harper, and there is Scoot Henderson as well. Nobody on the all-defensive team, but Goga Badatse makes it. Okay. On all-rookie second team for the Chicago Bulls. And Kareem Lopez did not get any rookie awards there. But we finished the season as the 5 seed. We're here in the Andrew Wiggins, D'Angelo Russell Bowl here in round 1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I thought also about sending Steph Curry there, but there's some guys I don't really want back. Like, I didn't want back Randall or Gobert or anybody like that. So here are the end of season numbers. I really like our team going into the playoffs. I think having Nolan develop off the bench, not throwing him into the fire, it's cut down the turnovers, and I think is a very good playmaker for us. We ended the season with a 48-34 record, which is the most wins the Warriors have had since the 2022 season when they won it all. We had a 4.6 point differential, which is 3rd in the Western Conference. And for the playoffs, we are going to make this team look a little bit different. Shout out to Kareem Lopez's rookie year, but he's not going to play. Shout out to Michael Ruzic development. He's not going to play. I think Cole's going to get around 14 minutes a night. Khan shot 33% from, or 32% from 3, 14 as well. Let's go 20 to TJD. Let's go 28 to Moses Moody because he finished the season off on a strong note. I got about 19 more minutes. Let's go 25 to Filipowski. I'd like to go 30 to Traore. Let's go 35 to Pods, 37 to Kuminga, 35 to Duren. And honestly, yeah, we can go 2 more to Filipowski. So round 1 here against Minnesota. Can we pull off the upset? We do lose by 8 in game 1. 61 combined between that Minnesota backcourt. Pods at 24. Game number 2 goes to Minnesota as well. 123-92. That is unfortunate. Damn, the backcourt was horrible. 4 of 24 shooting in this game. Game 3 goes to Minnesota. 130-105. Ant with 34. Okay. Nolan Traore. Okay. 5 of 23. 1 of 10 from 3. Why the hell are you taking 23 shots, Nolan? Jesus, man. All right. So that was like a non-competitive sweep. That kind of sucks. I had a lot of confidence. Yeah. What a historically bad shooting playoff series for Nolan Traore. Yeah, that's like talking about throwing him into the fire. That's exactly what we did. I mean, Kuminga wasn't great in the playoffs either, but he's trying to operate as a number 1. And then you have the Nets. and the Mavericks here in the NBA Finals. We almost had Knicks Mavericks for the third straight year, but the Mavericks are going to beat the other New York team, the Brooklyn Nets, and Luka Doncic is just dominating this video right now. So there goes KD, there goes Harden. I also didn't take a look at what Steph did. Malcolm Brogdon ended up retiring. I mean, I guess the Orlando Magic at least didn't make it to the ECF. They were better this year, 43 and 39. I'm surprised Steph didn't retire. Steph, oh no, he was playing as a shooting guard. Like, that's such a good, and he was good this year. Such a good, like, 1 through 4. And they no longer have Ivy. Great trade by them. There goes KD and Harden. I don't think we're retiring Kevin Durant's number, as we do not. Chris Middleton retired as well. So here we are at the draft lottery. I'm not sure if we have any other teams first. I don't believe it, at least not in the lottery, as the Wizards get number 1. So they're still kind of really bad in this league. The Hornets have a ton of picks in the 20s. I counted 3 there. So we own our first round pick at 25, and that is it throughout this draft. So Steve Kerr's contract may actually be up. If I look at my future draft picks, oh my God, wait, man, I hate how blind I am. We have 6 via Milwaukee from that Filipowski trade. Yep, that one worked out for us. I mean, I guess we moved up 1 spot because we had 7, but I also got Filipowski in that deal as well. So I actually moved up a spot a year later. We'll see if we actually use that. Kerr has 1 year left on the deal. So we are here the night of the draft. It is going to be auto-generated. This player, the shooting guard out of China, looks really good. Oh, yeah, he's going to be pretty good. Probably drafted by the Wizards. Like, we could look for some depth here. Donovan Shaw looks pretty good, but he's 23 years old. I don't know. We'll see how this draft falls. I don't know if I'm going to make a trade on draft night. That shooting guard goes 1. Jason Beasley goes 2 from Wisconsin. Chad Moore 3 from St. Bonaventure. Shout out Woj. Nets are at 4, making a trade for Walker Kessler. Okay. They were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They had a big name center. Damn, there goes Donovan Shaw out of DePaul. Devin Westbrook, son of Russell. No, I'm kidding. Ended up going there. So, yeah, we can see this so far. Shaw looks pretty good already. Lee's pretty good. Warren Jeffries, combo guard, 6'1", 22 years old. Probably a good ball handler from Baylor. Probably looks like the most likely pick. Honestly, I like that because Cole Anthony's a free agent. Even though he sucked in the playoffs shooting-wise, Nolan Traore, he's going to be the starting point guard. Warren Jeffries can now be the backup. And then I'm taking 18-year-old Eric Willis out of Xavier. Probably not going to be in the rotation next year, but could be a developmental project. So let's sign both these guys right now. 2 first-round picks there. So Duren actually opts out. That's possibly expected, and I'm fine with that. Nolan, Khan, and Michael Ruzic, we're going to pick up those options. Yeah, there's some big names out here. There definitely is, and we have cap space to sign them. So we'll give all 3 of these guys the qualifying offer. Shout out to Pat Spencer getting a reoccurring check. We're not getting Wemby. He's restricted. Yeah, let's offer Giannis a deal. I can offer Giannis the full max. He's 32 years old. I can offer it to him. Not saying we're going to sign him. I can offer Jokic the full max as well. Not saying I'm going to sign him, but I can offer him that. And Steph is a free agent. As cool as that would be, I'm not going to do that. I don't mind Cat. He's 31 years old. I think there's some signs of regression right now. I do want to see, though, if we get Giannis, which it's looking like we may. Are we going to get Jokic as well? What are the odds I could sign both of them? This sounds insane. I think I would have to move Kuminga. I'd probably have to move like 4 of these guys to sign Jokic and Giannis. I mean, that would be just kind of sick. Not going to lie. I wish I could see how much I would need to clear up. So obviously I want to not renounce the rights on pods. I'm okay renouncing the rights. I don't want to do it on Filipowski either. I can't sign Jokic without renouncing the rights on pods or Duren. Same with Giannis, yeah. So is there anybody I want to trade to keep? I mean, let me actually just double check for Filipowski. Say it's Jokic, for example. I could keep Kyle Filipowski. Can I keep pods? Okay, yeah. So I would have to choose between one of them. So I'm actually trading Eric Willis, who we just drafted, to San Antonio for a swap with Boston down the line, because I want to try to, like, if I'm going after Giannis or Jokic, and I'm leaning towards Giannis, I want to be able to keep Filipowski as well, because we need these rotational guys. So let's say, can I keep pods and could I keep Filipowski and sign Giannis? I can't. Oh, man, it's got to be close. Because then I'm now debating trading Warren Jeffries, who we just drafted to be a backup. But I mean, he was the 6th overall pick, but I didn't think I was going to be able to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I'm actually going to attach my 2031 first. I'm going to trade the 6th overall pick to Cleveland for Jalen Tyson, who's making about $4 million less per year. And he's coming off a very productive 3-point shooting year for the Cavs, honestly, in the last 2 years. So they're going to agree to that. Please tell me I could sign Giannis and keep pods. Yes, okay. We're going to do that. Can I do Jokic? Okay, I actually could. I think I'm going to, oh my God, Jokic is coming off an unreal season. But I think I want to get Giannis. I don't get him a lot, and he's coming off a great year as well. So we're going to sign Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's go, man. We just got Giannis to Golden State. I want to make sure we're good everywhere else. I want to make sure Pods doesn't get a deal, and Filipowski doesn't get a deal. Come on! Oh my God. I can't match that. and sign Giannis. I guess that's on me. Oh, damn it, that sucks. All right, well, I'm going to lose out on Filipowski. So I traded Warren Jeffries for nothing. Oh, my God, that is so trash, man. So we're going to get Pods, 4 years, 100 million, welcome back. And we are going to sign Ty Jerome to a 2-year deal to be the backup point guard now that I traded away Warren Jeffries. I could also sign Cole Anthony to a lot of money, wow. Yeah, you know what? This is going to be like KJ Martin type, just because I can match this in a trade. I'm going to give him a 2-year deal. I'm going to also sign former first-round pick Kobe Brown. Cole Anthony's probably not going to play for us, but now I can include that $13 million in a trade with some draft capital, which is nice. Oh, I can also sign Ochai Agbaji to a 2-year deal. Or, yeah, that'd be sweet if I could pick him up. Come on, give me him. Let's go. All right, it sucks we lost Filipowski. That's fine with me. Steph ended up signing a 1-year deal with the Clippers. Jokic ended up going back to the Nuggets. So Giannis is a 97, Kuminga's an 86, Pod's 84, Tyson 83, Nolan 82. There's Khan at an 81. Ty Jerome there at an 80. There's Kareem Lopez at a 78. And yeah, I do worry about the spacing at times, like with Kuminga and with like Nolan if he's not hitting threes, Steph farewell tour at the end of the year. But like with Kuminga basically and Giannis and TJD. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And I think we could be active at the deadline. I need Pods to be good 3-point shooter. Same with Nolan. Like this starting 5, their floor spacing sucks, to put it bluntly. All right, so for now, like 10-man rotation, I want to see if Kareem Lopez is the real deal with his shot. So the bench is pretty deep. Like it's Moody, Tyson, Knipple, Jerome, and Lopez. We don't like have a true center off the bench either, which is probably not great, but we got Nolan, Pods, Kuminga, Giannis, and TJD. I think we're going to be a trade deadline team because like Giannis is 32. I'm trying to win a title with him right now. We start off the year against the Suns again. We end up winning by a decent amount. Giannis and Kuminga combined for 45. So we are 27 and 23, and I still think we're trying to figure out like what this team is with Kuminga and Giannis. We have a 3.6 point differential, which is better than the Phoenix Suns, who are ahead of us right now. We're going to look at the stats. Are Giannis's numbers down? They're 23 points per game. I have his like shot tendency on like 100 basically, and his touches on 100. Not sure why it went down. He is 33. Kuminga, I like 30% from 3. All right, thank God. Thank God Pods is a good 3-point shooter right now. Moses Moody, 43% from 3. No one is struggling, but he's averaging 7.7 assists. Like, I think he could be the guy. Tyson's shooting 36%. Khan is shooting 40% from 3. Like, part of me wants to move maybe Kuminga to the bench. Or we think about trading Kuminga because we have these shooters we could put around Giannis, and we look to upgrade that center spot. I don't mind moving TJD to the bench. I think that'd be a good idea. But we try to find a center that could work out well with Giannis, that can space the floor, but also isn't a terrible defender. I mean, it's very tough to find guys like that. Also, funny enough, Jalen Duren basically swapped places with Giannis. He's having a good offensive season there. He got 4 years, 144. I wasn't going to match that. All right, Bam Adebayo. 1 year left on his deal. He's been terrible shooting the 3. 25, he stunk, 26, 27, but he's shooting 36% from 3 this year. Tell me he's taken more than like 3 threes. That's 71. That's not terrible. That's respectable. I don't know what it would take to get there financially. It'd be Kuminga. It'd be Cole. That's like why we got him. And then 5 more mil. I mean, I could easily attach one of these young guys. Man, I don't want to move Kareem Lopez, but I might have to. Oh my God, that could easily get me Bam. You know what? I want to aim higher. I want to aim for Chet. Let's just see. Let's see if we can offer them something that they would be intrigued about. Chet and Giannis in that front court. Oh my God, I'm just thinking about it right now. So Kuminga, apparently Kareem Lopez has some value. Oh yeah, he does. And then let's see how much more it'll take. I'll take, why is Matthew Henry kind of good? All right, we're off by 700K. I will also be willing to include Cole Anthony for Lonnie Walker as well. I will start off with Orlando. Oh my God, yes, we're going to be able to get Chet. I think we can get Chet. Orlando's terrible this year, and we have their first. Oh, yes, from the Curry trade. I assume that's got to be in there. That's fine. Will they do this? Okay, they say no. They don't counter it. I will throw in this Timberwolves pick. Oh my God, that is from that Pacers trade. Please tell me they do this. Oh my God, that's such a good offer. Wow. Suns, they're kind of good. Damn, I thought that was going to be good. That's my best pick. What? Oh, that's such a good offer for Chet. Damn it. I don't know who else to get. Like, Cat is making a lot of money. I know he can space the floor. Like, Şengün, he can't really space the floor, but he's really good. You know what? I'm going to go for Alex Sarr because he can shoot a little bit. 31%. He's averaging 2 blocks. He's only making 15 mil a year, though. Did he get an extended contract yet? 15 mil. I think we're going to do Kuminga. They don't have the cap to pull that off. So do you have like a bad contract? Why are you paying Jay Will $16 million? That's a decent amount. All right, maybe Jay Will's got to be in this trade. Maybe we reroute him somewhere else because I have TJD. Yeah, he's shooting 42% from 3, which isn't bad. So say we did that. I could throw in Michael Ruzic, and I will throw in that Timberwolves pick. Would they do that? They will not. Will they counter offer it? Let's see. They do not. So instead of the Minnesota pick, let's give them the Orlando pick. They say yes to that. Welcome to the team, Alex Sarr. All right, I'm making a blockbuster. I'm going all in this year. We're going to upgrade the point guard spot. We're going to trade Jay Will, Cole Anthony, and Kareem Lopez as the sweetener for Jalen Brunson. 1 year left, but I think he's got like a 3-year extension he just signed, and that is the case. And we're going to hope to win a title with Brunson, Pods. We'll see how that works out. We're going to figure out who's going to be the small forward, and then we have Giannis and we have Sarr. They're going to agree to that. We just made some major moves at the deadline. And Ty Jerome is playing so well, but like we have, we have Nolan and we have Ty Jerome. So maybe we give them both like 14 minutes a night and we see who kind of emerges as like the next best point guard. Because I think this is what the rotation is going to look like. It's going to be Brunson, Pods. I'm going to start Khan just because he's shooting 40% from 3 this season. We're going to have Giannis at the 4 and Sarr at the 5 with Moody, Tyson, TJD, Jerome, and Traore off the bench. We could still get Agbaji in there if we wanted to. I'm excited about this team. And Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP. T-Cheng Lee, 38% from 3. Pretty good player, 20 years old. He wins Rookie of the Year. Josh Giddey, 6-man. Wemby, Depoy. Most improved, Will Riley. John Morant, Clutch Player of the Year. And Jordy Fernandez, Coach of the Year. Dylan Harper of the Wizards, All-NBA first team. We get no Giannis. No, we did. Yeah, Giannis on first team. 23-10, 5 assists, 2.7 stocks. Let's get Giannis another ring at 33 years old. Man, I really wanted Chet. I threw the kitchen sink at him as well. Giannis, all defensive first team. Damn, no Sarr on second team. As we ended up as the 3 seed, we're going up against Memphis in round number 1. They no longer have Triple J. And here were the stats from the season with Brunson averaging 21 and 6, shot 40% from 3 during his time in New York and Golden State. There's Giannis, and then you got Moody, unreal shooter. I actually may start him at the 3. Pods really hit his stride this year as a shooter. Sarr knocked down his 3s on the team, which is great. Nolan, wow. When I moved him to the bench, he was a good shooter, so I think he's going to take that spot. I think I'm going to actually start Moody over Khan. And then we're going to have, unfortunately, no minutes to Ty Jerome. I think Knipple and Tyson can each get like 20 minutes a night. We're going to go 14 to TJD and 14. And we'll do 15 to him and Traore. 30 to Sarr. 37 to Giannis. 37 to Brunson. Let's go 30 to Moody. We can do 34 to Pods and 32 to Sarr. All right, let's do this. Let's make a run. Game 1. Damn it, we don't come out strong at all. We end up losing this game. We lose 121-103. Brunson at 30. Game 2 goes to the Warriors. 137-95. Moses Moody dropping 35 points. All right, that's huge. Game 3 goes to Golden State. So we just won 2 in a row. Brunson drops 37. Game 4, bang, goes to Golden State. We win a close one. Giannis with 30. Pods with 27 and 7. Wow, Traore, moving him to the bench, I think was a good idea. Traore. When I try to say his name too quick, I butcher it. So we end up winning Game 5. We won 4 in a row after losing Game 1. Bang. Taking on oh my God, the Clippers. This team, oh my God, of course, we got to beat Steph. All right, Steph has he's still putting up Steph numbers at 40 years old, and they just beat the alien down there in San Antonio. Who is their 90 overall small forward? Oh, how did they lose? I don't know. Game 1, we win. Let's go. I'm sorry, Steph. Oh, wow, we held them to 8 points in the first quarter. Look at that. Game number 2 goes to the Warriors, 128-107. Giannis is averaging 23 and 10. Game number 3 goes to the Warriors. All right. Honestly, I'm very happy that we're playing the Warriors and not the Spurs, and we are going to sweep them. I'm sorry, Steph. I'm sorry we had to do it. Moses Moody averaging 20 points on 58% shooting in the playoffs. Doesn't make any sense. And we don't even have to take on Luka. The Pelicans beat them for us. They have Topic, Malik Thomas, who we made a trade with. They got a good one there. They have Ingram coming off the bench. Herb, Misi, Hawkins all coming off the bench as well because they have Şengün at the 5. We win Game 1, though, 125-114. We haven't lost in a little bit since Game 1 of the playoffs, actually. All right, so we are on a 10-game winning streak. Brunson with 23, Moody with 22. Game 3, we win. Oh, my goodness, we are rolling right now. We are. How is Tyson in the playoffs? Ooh, it's kind of struggling. Pods has been great. Here we are, Game 4. Okay. All right, that's fine. That ends our winning streak. Are they going to force a Game 6? Nope. We end up going to the NBA Finals. We beat them by 1 point. I don't care, actually. We're going to take on the Brooklyn Nets. Giannis and Boogie Fland, your conference finals MVPs. And here we go. We got the Nets versus the Warriors. Game 1 goes to the Nets. All right. They beat us by 14. I think for the playoff, or I think for the finals, I may get a little reactionary here. I think I'm going to lower Tyson's minutes. Khan is shooting. Yeah, we're going to give him more minutes to him for sure. All right, let's see how Game 2 goes. We win. All right, I was a little nervous after losing game 1, 35, 18, and 7 for Giannis. Game 3, we win by 26 points. Brunson drops 33. He's very familiar with the Nets, but we lose game 4. Damn, Dink Pate drops 32 against us. Game 5 goes to the Warriors. All right, we blow them out huge stuff. Giannis with 36, 15, and 8. And can we win in game 6 at home? Or are the Brooklyn Nets going to force a game 7? We end up having a all right first half. It's back and forth right now. It's a very close one. Can we win this? Oh my God. I honestly don't want to hop in. I'm going to mess up. The CPU is going to suck whenever I watch them. Let's watch this unfold here. No! Oh my God. It didn't even matter. We lose 116, 115. And we're going to a game 7. All right, here we go. Game 7. Oh, it's on the road in Brooklyn. I can't watch. I can't watch. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I mean, we're only down by 8, but we got outscored by 18 there in the second quarter. We have a good third quarter. We have the lead right now. A little bit more of a defensive game. Oh my God. We're down by 2, down by 4. Down by 5. Are you kidding me? We're going to lose. Oh my God. We lose 96 to 90. Oh my God. Giannis, when it mattered, goes 8 of 23. Brunson goes 9 of 22. These two go 17 of 45. Oh my God. Sar. He sucked, man. That hurts a lot. And the Nets win it all. Boogie Fland. Oh my God. We beat them by 5, in 5, beat them in 5, swept them, but we lose in 7. All right, so I was too upset to keep recording that day. I really thought we were going to win it all. And there goes our glorious king, Steph Curry, to retirement. He retires on that one-year deal with the Clippers. He did not get that 5th ring in this league. He ended up retiring with 4. He had such a good year 40. I mean, if we got him on the minimum, that would have been sick. I wish that was still a thing in 2K. Kawhi and Steph head to the Hall of Fame. We're obviously retiring Steph's number. All right, so I went all in last year. I signed Giannis onto the boat. I traded for Alex Sar, who we're going to have to pay big time money for, and he stunk in the playoffs. I also traded for Jalen Brunson, who's on the wrong side of 30 right now. We are going to have 3 lottery picks. Oh my God, I end up getting number 1. Thank you, Boston, for that. And then we also have 12 via Minnesota and 14 via Phoenix. Do I own my first round pick later in the stretch? Yes, I do at 25. So I have 4 first round picks. We have plenty of depth right now, even after making all those trades at the deadline. If we don't win it all next year, I'm going to be upset. Steve Kerr, I'm going to be bringing you back, even though I can't believe we didn't beat the Nets last year. So with the number 1 overall pick, let's see who's here. You have Martin Hansen, a 6'6" point guard, 19 years old. All right. I mean, that seems like a no-brainer. There's Terrence Tate, who's also a point guard, but he's 6'3", year older, out of Pepperdine. I think I'm taking Martin Hansen. So Jalen Brunson did sign an extension. We have him. We have Nolan Traore, at least for 1 more year. We have Ty Jerome on 1 year as well. So we're going to have just a ton of point guards on this roster. We still have plenty of wings. I'm fine with our team going into next year. We're going to be definitely over the cap for sure. But with the number 1 pick, I'm going to take Martin Hansen. Where's he out of again? Nebraska. So we're going to take a Cornhusker, number 1 overall. And he's an 83 overall as a rookie. Maybe I didn't need Jalen Brunson after all. So I drafted Thomas Hudgens, a 21-year-old front court player out of Arizona at 12. At 14, Arnold Hasselhoff out of Germany. I mean, dope name. At number 20, 25, we took Darius Potter, a smaller front court player out of Arizona State. And then we got Dwayne York, who I'm going to put on I can't even put on a 2A. Can I sign him? Okay, I can. So we're going to pick up the team options on Traore and Conkin but not Ball. Yeah, the 2023 draft class, I mean, they're not going to be, or excuse me, 2025 draft class, they're not going to become free agents. So, yeah, Tyson and Sar, both from the 24 draft class. I mean, Sar definitely disappointed us in the playoffs, but I think with his progression, he will be just fine. And we're going to have to pay him a lot of money. I'm trying to win 1 more ring. I would like to bring back Moses Moody. He's an OG Warrior, so I'm going to give him a 3-year deal. We'll see how much, if Tyson actually gets $20 million from a team, I can't afford that. And we're going to get Alex Sar back on a 5-year, $143 million extension. I actually have a mid-level exception, which is kind of funny because I don't need to use this. I would definitely just take a chance on Jahlil Bethea. But yeah, we could go out and sign somebody if we wanted to. I mean, do we want to get another just big name on this team? I mean, right now I have these 2 at center. We have plenty of guys. I'm going to have to cut some valuable players, I think, at one point. Could I pick up Jahlil Bethea? Kobe Brown gets a deal from the Clippers. I'm not matching that. Even if it's the minimum, it's fine. Will I be able to sign Jahlil Bethea 3 years, 35? That is just a steal. I don't even think he's going to play for us. It's just adding another asset. And then hopefully we get Jalen Tyson back on the qualifying offer. And that is going to be the case. 8.08 million. Giannis regresses a little bit, but this team is pretty stacked with just overall talent. Now, some guys may be pushed out of the rotation. I don't think TJD is going to play a ton. Jerome's not going to play this year. I think the only rookie that may play is the #1 overall pick. So I could sign Nolan Traore right now. Probably won't, just because we just drafted somebody #1 overall. I'll re-sign Con Knipple to that deal. I think that's a good 3-year deal. He's just an elite 3-point shooter, and that's less than what Jalen Tyson would be making. So an easy cut will be Dwayne York, who was my 2nd-round pick. I probably should cut Ty Jerome. I just don't need him on the team right now. I don't want to cut any of these former firsts. Like, I'll probably cut Ochai Agbaji as well. Yeah, sadly. All right, so yeah, I think I gotta get TJD just getting some minutes just because he's like my only backup 5. I think Moody, and oh god, we got Nolan Traore in there. Who do I want to start at the 3? Do I want Jalen Tyson to start at the 3? I mean, it's a contract year for him, but I think I'd rather start Moses Moody. He's an OG. I'm fine with that. So Brunson can get 33 minutes a night. Let's go 31 to Pods, 35 to Giannis for the regular season. We can go 30 to Sar. We can go 25 to Moody. Coming off the bench, we can go about 15 to Traore, 15 to Hansen, and then let's get Tyson. Let's get Knipple getting some minutes, and I want at least 10 minutes to TJD, and then I can go probably 22 minutes to these guys, and then I will go 17 to Traore. So that is going to be the team this year. System proficiency is 4 stars. Let's see how we are at the deadline. And we are 30 games above 500 at the trade deadline. We are 40-10. We have the best point differential in the NBA, better than the Detroit Pistons. They've developed Cam Christie. That's pretty cool. I forgot we made that Jalen Duren trade with them, as they've come on while you watch. He's playing pretty good. They have a Duthiaro over there coming off the bench. And then Dallas is pretty good as well. They still have Luka. They have Kyrie. They have Jalen Wells at the 3, Bridges at the 4, Lively at the 5. And they still have those 2 centers of Gafford and Lively, as Giannis is leading the team in scoring, followed by Jalen Brunson, giving me good efficiency. I'm fine with this throughout the regular season. Pods, 37% from 3, 49% from the field. There's Jalen Tyson. I know I could lose him for nothing in free agency, but I'm fine with that. I'm trying to win a title this year. Con Knipple's an elite 3-point shooter. Sar, I mean, he's given me 1.7 blocks. He's given me rebounds. He's all right from 3. He's just not progressing on that side. So I'm going to make sure he takes less 3s throughout the second half. We are 4.5-star perimeter centric. I think this team can win it all, I thought we were going to do that last year. So Luka wins MVP this year. Hunter Salas, who is a rookie like a bunch of years ago, ends up winning Rookie of the Year all these years later. Kasperi Shakishonis is your 6th man of the year. Wemby Depoy, most improved, is Kareem Lopez, former Golden State Warrior. The main piece in the... Okay, yeah, he broke out this year for sure. Oh, that could make me look really bad, but we got Coach of the Year. We went 68-14. We do get Giannis on All-NBA second team with Will Riley. Okay, they've developed him over in Charlotte. You have Ace Bailey on All-NBA third team. We do get Giannis on All-Defensive first team. No Alex Sarr, though, unfortunately. And we did get Martin Hansen on All-Rookie first team. As in round number 1, we're taking on the Portland Trailblazers. They have Scoot, Sharp, Denny, Triple J, and Klingon. That is a fun front court. And they got Jeremiah Fears coming off the bench. They've Rob Dillingham as well. They still have Scoot starting. So for the playoffs, we're probably going to trim down the rotation a little bit. How did Nolan shoot the ball this year? Oh, man, he was good. Like, it's hard to play him and Hansen in the playoffs. I think I'm actually going to bench the #1 overall pick just because I don't want to go a 10-man rotation here, and I got to play the backup center. So I think Hansen is not going to play. I think Nolan Traore isn't going to play a ton either. He's going to get like 15 minutes a night. We're going to keep going 22 to these guys. Honestly, let's go 39 to Giannis. Let's go 36 to Brunson, 34 to Pods, 34 to Sar, and then we can go 1 more minute to Moody, 1 more to Tyson, 1 more to Khan. We are 4.5-star perimeter centric. Here we are, round number 1 against the Blazers. We do end up winning game number 1 by 18. Giannis and Brunson combined for 57. Game number 2, 124, 122. Jalen Tyson knocking down 7 threes for us, and we are going to sweep Portland and advance to round number 2 to take on the Houston Rockets. Giannis with 27 and 11, 4.5 assists as well. 24 and 8 for Jalen Brunson. 18 points coming off the bench for Tyson. He's knocking down 62% of his threes. You know what I'm going to do? I mean, if you're going to play that well, Jalen Tyson, you really want to get paid. I'm going to lower Moody's minutes just a tad. Basically just going to swap them. So here we are taking on the Rockets in round number 2. They have the Reed and the men backcourt, Cam, Jabari. And if that was Şengün, I'm sure people would be very happy that they've developed that young core. They do have Darren Peterson. They do have Kristaps Porzingis. I believe we should beat them, though. Jalen drops 38 points in 33 minutes in game 1. We are undefeated in the playoffs so far, but we just beat them by 1 point. So that definitely could have been our first L. We are up 3-0, and we're looking to sweep the first 2 rounds, and that is going to be the case. We end up sweeping them, and it seems like we are on that collision course with the Dallas Mavericks because we were the 2 best teams in the Western Conference all year long. You do have the Detroit Pistons making it to the ECF. Yeah, like they had an 11.4 point differential. I mean, we had it better by like 7. We had 10 more wins. It seems like Detroit's going to make it out of the the East. Of course, there's our first playoff loss. Game 1, 69 combined between Giannis and Brunson, but they didn't get much help. Pods did not shoot the ball well. We lost by 6 in overtime, and we are down 2-0. All right. That sucks. We're down 2-0. We lost both in Golden State. All right, we end up winning this game 130, 126. Brunson with 33. Giannis with 22. Game 4 goes to Golden State. Thank God. 130, 114. Brunson drops 31. Giannis with 19, 12, and 7. He's having a really good playoff run. So is Jalen Brunson, man. He's turning it up a notch. That's basically what I wanted, him to coast throughout the regular season. And we win 3 unanswered after they go up 2-0. Nolan Traore hits 8 free throws. And we win in 6. Let's go. All right, I got so scared after they went up 2-0. It didn't matter. And we're taking on the Detroit Pistons in the NBA Finals. Cade and Giannis are your conference finals MVPs, as the Celtics ended up losing in 7. I don't know if Jason Tatum's coming off the bench. That'd be weird. So here we go. Game number 1 against Detroit. We end up winning this one 117-115. Moses Moody drops 21 points. Just the power of friendship getting it done. Game 2 goes to Golden State. Yeah, so Pods, Moody, and TJD. We kept most of the young guys. Obviously, we had that big Kuminga trade because I just didn't like Kuminga and Giannis at the forward spots. We're up 3-0, 120-96. And can we win game 4? Oh my God. So the only team that really gave us any trouble was the Dallas Mavericks there in the Western Conference Finals. Giannis gets another ring. He wins the 2029 NBA Finals. So he goes 8 years between his 21 Finals MVP and this one. So that is pretty cool that we ended up getting that ring for Giannis. Brunson gets the first ring of his career. I think everybody gets their first. Oh no, Moses Moody ended up having a ring from that 2022 team, but this was a fun team to build. I hope you guys did enjoy this Warriors rebuild. Obviously, it was just a fun idea trading Steph Curry. It's never going to happen, but if honestly feelings were to the side, this would probably be the best solution that they should do going forward. So let me know if you guys did enjoy by dropping a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.